Are you a July 4th or red, white, and blue kind of gal? Or maybe you like Disney and you want to know what to pair with your ears or your red, white, and blue? This look is for you. I'm going to be using all of these beautiful colors, and this is what it looks like. So stay tuned and follow along. First, we have to do our makeup and get the face going. I like to go in with my fingers because then I can kind of feel what I'm doing. And this is my brightening highlight, and I'm just gonna put it down the middle of my face. And I definitely need a little brightener. And then I'm gonna go into my second color. I'm definitely getting down on my tins. And I'm going to use that on my eyelids as a primer, but also I want to even out the skin tone of my eyes, my eyelids I should say, because there's a little bit of redness. So this is going to minimize any of this sort of redness and discolorations on my face that bother me. So normally what happens is if you get a color match, I'll match you to most likely 3 colors. The 3 colors being the brightener, which I just put around here, right? And down my face. And then the color corrector, which will help minimize any redness, rosacea, maybe sunspots or age. You have some sunspots in here, and you'll see what I do with my contour in a little bit about that. And then the third color, which is your main shade. Now I had to shade up for summer, even though I'm not sitting in the sun. I go walking in the sun, I do errands in the sun, and so I'm just putting that kind of in the places that I want a little bit more coverage, and that would be acting as my foundation. So it's quick, it takes like 3 minutes. You apply it, and then what you want to do is just rub it in really nicely, and make sure if you have one of these like wrinkles right here, make sure you kind of open it up and get it in there as well. That's what happens. I'm 56, and this is great makeup for mature skin. If you're in your 50s or older, it's also great for all ages. Honestly, it's just very simple, easy makeup, and it is like a second skin and so flattering on everybody. So let's just rub in my eyes. I want you to see how this works. And now I'm not swiping or moving the makeup. I'm just gently rubbing it in, and you'll see in a minute it gives me a very even thin layer, and you can sort of see what that looks like on me. The only thing I need to do is my eyebrows always go kind of crazy, so we'll get to that in a minute. But the next thing I want to do is go into my contour. Now that's a dark shade, and I like using my detail brush. The detail brush has this nice edge right here. I don't know if you can see that. I'm gonna hold it, and you can see how this, let me put the palette down. Right here, I wanna pick up the contour right there. So I'm gonna get, isn't this kind of fun? All the red, white, and blue. I kind of love it. And I am not a red girl, so for the fact that I'm even wearing this kind of reddy t-shirt, I just got it from the Gap because I realized I don't have any red, white, and blue, and they're having a sale right now. Reds are so subjective. They can be more blue, more orange, and I went to Old Navy, and the red they had was not a good red for me, whereas this I really like because it's more of a corally red. It definitely has blue in it, which I like for me. Now, as you can see, I have these sunspots right here, so I like to kind of put my contour in between the sunspots to sort of make it, and I'm gonna blend it a little bit like this and sort of make it look like the sunspots is part of my face. So, and then we're gonna put it up here. And this should not take you a lot of time. I mean, I think I'm about 4 minutes in, and once you get the hang of it, it is so, so easy. The key is you want to create shadow and dimension on your face. So I like to go into my nose like this. You could do a little bit under your nose like that. And you want to make sure that you do a little bit on your jawline like this and bring it down your neck so that it creates this nice shadow on your neck. And then just don't forget the front right here, like that. So that is it. I'm just looking in the mirror to make sure I didn't miss anything. Sometimes I don't blend enough, and then I finish, I'm like, oh my God, what did I not do? Take a little bit of the brightener on my eyelids as well. Now these highlight, which we call highlight colors, are great as primers. on your eyelid. Where you have oily skin, you could do a little vanilla dust on your eyelid. Let's do a little bit of Sangria for my lip. And I thought that would look pretty with this top. So I'm just gonna go in with the blush bronzer brush and add some on my cheeks. Now I'm gonna do this because it's July 4th, right? So we want a little red, and this is a pretty color to bring in the red. And I like to sort of go past my apples of my cheeks like this, and you can build it and make it darker. So if you are worried about the darkness of the color, don't be, because you can layer it and do it as light or as dark as you like. And you know what I'll do? Let me take my watch off and let's do a little swatch of this so you can see what this looks like. You know, let me take enough of it off so you can see. So it's pretty red, but as you see, as I come across here, it can lighten. Also, you can put it on your lips like this to stain them. And I like to use a either my lips or a multitasker, but that will stain them. Let's go in and do a little eyes. And I'm gonna grab my eyeshadow brush. It's a two-sided brush. They're the best. This one has a big, fluffy, nice end on it like that. And then if you flip it over, it's got a nice, soft, smaller detail sort of end. Let's go in with the fluffy end of the brush. Just go into your chai like this, or whatever your sort of base color that you're going to use, and then tap it off. And then I like to start from the outer corner of my eye, fluff it up into the lower sort of brow bone and across. So this is going to be all the way across my eyelid, and it's going to create a really nice, soft, even color for my eyelid. And then we can add the blue and then the Legend. And I'm excited because Legend is the color for July, and every month this year Seint is doing a eyeshadow color of the month. It's only available in the month, so this is going to be July 2024. So if you're watching this past July, I will put some other colors down below that could work instead of Legend. There's plenty of other very similar colors that you could use as well. I'm going to flip the brush around. I'm going to tap into Denim. Remember, wherever you place your brush with the product is going to be where it deposits the most product. And these eyeshadows are very saturated, but they also are buildable. So I'm just tapping it, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to blend it with the fluffier side. I don't know if you saw that I just flipped my brush around. Now you can go as dark as you want or as light. I just want to show you what that looks like. But I feel like I need a little bit more up here, so I'm just going to rub it like this and like that. I feel like I need a little more. So, and I kind of love the idea of the blue, well, definitely for July 4th, and I'm going to rub it like this. So I'm really not adding too much more product. I'm just moving the product that I put on there already. Okay. Now I've got to repeat it on the other side. I do like how easy it is to just have everything in this one palette, and then I don't have to keep opening and shutting things. I can just find everything right in the palette. And then what I want to do is just go a little bit underneath like this. Sorry, I have to look in the mirror to do this. They're pretty much the same, and I feel like I have a little cleanup to do on this side, but I can do that in a minute. I'm just gonna take my microfiber and I'm just gonna rub whatever's on the brush off here. And I'm gonna go into Legend, which is this one right here. And I'm just gonna go in. I'm gonna put it right in the middle of my eyelid like this. And I may need to use my finger to pick it up because sometimes with a fluffy brush, it doesn't pick up as much. And it just depends on the eyeshadow, but sometimes with your finger, you have oils in your finger. And so let me just take my finger and do this. And oh yeah, that's better. And it'll get on there better. The other side, like this. I like to try not to get it too close to the inner corner of my eye just because I have crepey skin on that inner corner. But if you don't have that issue, you can go right down into the inner corner like that. I brought in Pearl, which is an illuminator. I'm going to take my pinky. I'm going to go into Pearl, which is just a kind of a white. And I'm just going to go in the inner corner like this, because what this will do is it'll make the shimmer more of a cream. And I like that idea. Oh, not wrong one. Let me go back into this one. Go on this side. You can also use a balm over your shimmers so they don't transfer. So I have right here, I don't know if you can see it, I have this sort of crepey skin right here, right? So I don't want to get any of the powder on that right there. Can you see that? So if I use a little bit of a balm or I use the illuminator, which is cream, it helps to seal it on my lid and then it won't transfer up. We're going to take the etch brush. It looks like this. I don't know if you can see that. And I'm going to go into the darker shade. I'm going to go right along my lash line with the navy, the denim. And this is going to make my eyelashes look thicker, and it's going to give a little more weight to the blue. And then a little bit under here as well, in the corner. Kind of pretty, isn't it? And you can go a little higher if you want as well, more of like a little triangle. Give a little more definition. I don't like going past the middle of my eye because see how that sort of opens up my eye? Because I have small eyes, so I sort of only go to the middle. Okay, now I've got to do the other side. This is the hard part. So you can see sometimes poke myself in the eye, which is not so great. I'm going to try not to. And I probably make a lot of faces. And honestly, this should not take you very long. I'm just talking at the same time. And I will clean up the bottom in a minute, don't you worry. And then I'm going to take my brush. I'm just going to even it out up here. Like this. And I am not someone who tries out the colors in advance. I like to go by the seat of my pants, pull the colors that I want to do, and I just go for it. That's how I do my makeup. Let's do a little mascara because that will finish it off really, really well. We'll do our eyebrows. I'll clean up any excess, and then we'll do our lips, and then we'll be done. It's that easy. If you are liking this video, please take a minute and subscribe, follow, like, do all the things. It helps me grow this channel and you'll get notified of when I put up a new videos, which is kind of fun, so you can follow along. Likewise, if you are wondering what colors are good for you, for your skin tone, I will place a color match form down below. And then if you have no idea about eyeshadows, I also have an eyeshadow form, and that's pretty easy too. I help you with the right colors for your eyes and what kind of combinations of eyeshadows would work for you. I'm just gonna take this edge brush and I'm gonna go into this shade right here. Just pick up a little product, not very much. I'm just gonna clean up any sort of issues right here, like that. Then I'm gonna take a little bit of the Pearl and put it up here. You know, red, white, and blue, right? So we just do this. This is an illuminator to give a little shimmer. And then you can take some, because it's just an illuminator, give a little, because red, white, and blue, right? Put it right here to add a little glow. And there's several different illuminators that you can choose from, but this is kind of fun for July 4th. Then for my lips, I want to take the small end of this brush. I'm actually going to use my contour as a lip liner. I know I had some of the color already on my lips, but this will just line it. You could use your contour if it's the right color for you. Obviously it should be, because on that sheet are the right colors, but you can also use the suede lip liner, and I like it because it sort of gives you a home for your lips. See how that helps? And then I'm going to go a little bit into Sangria and stain my lips a little better. because it's easier to do it with this brush. Let's try a little pop. This is pop, it's a gloss, and see how we like it. I haven't used pop in a long time, but I love a gloss. So, and we can layer colors. It's red. It reminds me of my grandma. My grandmother used to wear red lipsticks, and I got a little bit there. It's so funny seeing myself in red lips. What do you think? Okay, that is red lips. And then the last thing we need to do, I'm going to take my setting spray and I'm going to put my, it's so funny seeing myself. I may have to put something else on top of that. I'm going to take the setting spray and I'm going to put it in my brow wax. And I'm going to do this. I'm going to put it in here. It's such a fun little red, white, and blue makeup tonight. That's just going to seal my brows. It's going to keep them in place so that they don't move around, because I have a tendency when I'm putting on and on my readers and everything. This is the Glossy. It's got a, hold on, I'll show you. It's got this really fine point, and I'd like to use this to fill in my eyebrows a little bit so that there's like a little pencil. It's like this little paintbrush, so it gives little brush strokes like hairs, and I like a really natural. Or you can also use a eyeshadow to fill in. I've done that many times, so I find like sometimes it's too dark, and this is just really simple. I have like no hairs right here, so I like to sort of fill it in. And then you can go back with your spoolie and go like this, right? I don't know about the lips. What do you think about the lips? Leave me a comment below. Do you think I'm good in red lips or not? And so this is my really easy July 4th colors. What I didn't do is I didn't do a swatch of the pop for you. So it's a gloss. You can sort of see it's a gloss, and there's Sangria. So that's pop and that's Sangria. And that created this. It's red. Now the other color that I think is really fun, I'm going to show you this too. It's more of a sheer, and I might put that on top and like lighten it down, but it's got some gold in it and it's a little bit more plummy, but it's Sunshine State. So let's put a little bit of that on top. I'm just going to use my finger and, oh yeah, that gives it some glow. Oh my God, that's so fun. That softens it a little bit. What do you think? So yeah, so the other thing I wanted to quickly show you is, because I'm a huge Disney fan, I didn't know if you know, but I have these little guys and I can wear these for July 4th. And then I've got my little red, white, and blue July 4th sort of Disney look if I'm going to Disney. I don't have to be going to Disney this time, but if you're a Disney fan and you love wearing ears, these are really good ones. So that is my little red, white, and blue look. Thank you so much for being here. If you like this video, please like, subscribe, follow, do all the things, share it. Like a color match, please let me know. There's the form for the color match, which means I match the foundation concealer colors of Seint to your skin tone. It's really easy. There's also an eyeshadow match form as well down below. What else? And I hope you have a lovely and wonderful July 4th. Thank you so much for being here. I'll see you next time.